This week's parsha is the longest parsha in the Torah, 176 psukim. The reason for the length of this parsha, as we know very well, is the parsha of the Nesiim. At the end of the parsha, from Perek Zayin and on till the end of the parsha, we're told about the presents, about the matonis and the karbonis that the Nesiim, the heads of each shevet, brought during the first 12 days when the Mishkan was open for business. First day of Nisan, the second year. So we know that each one had their idea of what to bring, and they all brought their karbonis. Turns out that each one is exactly the same. Each one of the karbonis are exactly the same, and the Torah repeats each of the shvatim, each of the nesiim, what they brought, how much, exactly how much silver, how much gold, how many karbonis, how many paras, how many. Right before this, we know in the Torah, if you look in the Torah, right before this parsha of the Nesiim, we have the parsha of Birchas Kohanim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives the Kohanim a special mitzvah to bless Klal Yisrael, and not just bless Klal Yisrael, but with very concrete and very specific words that they should use for the bracha. Yivarechecha Hashem yishmerecha, Yar Hashem panav elecha v'yimnacha, Yisar Hashem panav elecha v'yasemucha shalom. 3 psukim, and these are the brachas that the Kohanim used from the time the mitzvah was given until our day. Right now, the mitzvah is not connected with the basic mitzvah understanding. Not standing doesn't matter. The Kohanim have a mitzvah to bless Klal Yisrael, to give a bracha for Klal Yisrael, and Eretz Yisrael continues every single day, even among the Ashkenazi Jews in Chutz La'aretz, for reasons that the Ramah explains in Hilchos Birchas Kohanim. We do it only on Yom Tov, but the mitzvah remains the mitzvah. The last word in the bracha of Birchas Kohanim, Yisa Hashem panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom. The last words of the bracha is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give you peace. There should be peace and harmony among you. This is what the Kohen blesses, the Kehillah blesses the congregation. The all brachas, our Chazal tell us that all brachas end with the bracha of Shalom. When we daven Shemona Esrei 3 times a day, Shabbos, Yom Tov, and it doesn't matter, the last bracha is always the bracha of Varachas Am Yisrael b'Shalom, that Hashem should bless us with peace. We can ask for many things. We can ask for health and prosperity and wisdom and tshuva and Yerushalayim Yircha, and we should return. But if we don't have the bracha of Shalom, says Say Chazal, then all those brachas are going to be severely lacking. A person can have all the brachas that they can ask for, and they can be granted all those brachas, but if we don't have Shalom, we're severely lacking. We need Shalom. As a nation, we need the Shalom. Therefore, says the Kli Yakar, that's why, immediately following Birchas Kohanim, immediately following the last words of Birchas Kohanim, V'yasim l'cha Shalom, right away the Torah tells us of the story of the Nesiim, even though it didn't happen exactly right now, where this part of the Torah, where we're in Bamidbar. Why does now the Torah bring the whole story that the Nesiim decided to bring the Karbanos? The initiative of this project of the Nesiim bringing presents to the Mishkan at this point in time had the potential to lead to strife, to lead to jealousy, to lead to uncomfortable feelings between the different tribes, between the different Nesiim. One Nasi can say, oh, I decided that I want to bring this present, I want to give this gift, I should be first. It's not even the first of the Nesiim was not Reuven, wasn't Yosef, was Yehuda. The second one was this. Each one had a cheshbon of why it was, but each one had the potential to bring out, this story had the potential to bring out some sort of jealousy, some sort of conflict among the Shvatim. And then the first one will bring his type of gift, the other one will say, oh, I'm going to bring exactly the same thing, even though Chazal tell us each one had their own cheshbonis, and the Medrash has an extremely lengthy explanation of each shevet of why they brought exactly this amount of silver, this amount of gold, this amount of karbanis. Each one had their own, but it came out, each one was exactly the same. And the second shevet can say when it came time for the shevet of Yisachar and Solomon, so I'm going to bring the same as Nachshon and Aminadab. But we see that it wasn't like that. Everybody brought exactly the same amount, and there was no conflict, there was no machlekes. It was brought with shalom, and that's why at the end of the parsha, says the Kli Yakar says this is why it's next to the shalom. At the end of the parsha, the Torah once again adds up all the amounts, but we don't know how to use a calculator. Each one times 12 equals. Why does the Torah have to repeat again each of the amounts times 12 to tell us that at the end of the day, even though each one brought their own korban, each one has their own way of avodas Hashem, each one has their own way of serving Hashem, but at the end it's all one, it's all part of the same Klal Yisrael. There's shalom, and when there's shalom, then there's everything. This is the message that we just came out of the Yom Tov of Shavuos, where we were told, Vayichan Shalom Yisrael, Keish Echad B'Leivacha, that Klal Yisrael received the Torah with the schus of Achdus, with the schus of Shalom, and that should continue through the Parsha of Naso, throughout the summer, throughout the entire year. If we have Shalom, then we have all the brachas, ha'amuras, b'Torah, b'Shabbos.